Good morning. I don't want to get out of bed. I honestly never do. On days where I have Pilates, I am the first one out of bed and up like an hour or two earlier. And on days where I don't have Pilates, I am the last one out of bed and Cami is up first. Last one out of the bed makes the bed, so I need to make the bed now. I also know that it's time to get up because my 3 alarms have gone off. Yes, I'm one of those people. I could sleep through anything. Literally anything. I'm the deepest sleeper ever. I need multiple alarms with different alarm sounds for me to even hear them. But let's get up and start the day today because we are spending a morning together. Happy Vlogmas! I am not a morning person or a night person. I like to sleep person. So I like to be in bed early and I also like to be in bed in the morning, but I'd say I'm more of a morning person than a night person. I've just not been a morning person recently.
She's
yeah
at the door. Is she better in here with you or with me? Do you want a coffee or a cup of tea?
No, I need to make it for my morning routine.
Okay.
I'm gonna open my advent calendar.
Do you want me to boil the kettle for you?
Yes, please.
Would you make me a cup of tea?
I will make you a cup of tea.
Love you.
Love you too. Cami's boiled the kettle, so I can make a coffee for myself and a cup of tea for him. So we're gonna do that. I'm also in my pajamas. I'm gonna have a very quick shower as well. I'll make his cup of tea, have a quick shower, make my tea. No, I'll have a shower first. Yeah, we'll do that. What do I want to wear? I feel like I'm in a Feyre mood. You know, Feyre in the cabin. Oversized jumper, cozy socks, leggings. That's the vibe for today. It's a chilly winter morning. I hate how they squeak. Okay, we'll do this. Fleece line leggings. Okay, let's have a shower. So we are all showered and this is my outfit today, just cozy warm vibes. I am hungry and I need some caffeine, so we're gonna just quickly do some skincare and then we will make some breakfast, have a coffee. I need to do my makeup and get ready for the day and then we'll do a little like chatty Q&A. So let's do some skincare first. Okay, skincare done. Let's get some breakfast. I love when I get one of the flavored pods in the advent calendar. It's just such a little reward. I've also been mixing my barista coconut milk with just like normal coconut milk because sometimes my milk frother, when I use the barista one, it just is straight foam, whereas like the two of them together half and half is like perfect consistency. That's what I've been doing and enjoying, but now I'm gonna have breakfast. I'm honestly not that hungry today. I'm not feeling too good. I'm at the tail end of a cold and flu, as you can probably hear from the sound of my voice, but I don't really have like a big breakfast unless I'm eating like a brunch and having it later on in the day, but first thing in the morning I'll usually just have some like Greek yogurt and fruit. So that's what we're gonna probably make now and have because I am craving it. When I have my morning coffee and my breakfast, I will always take my vitamins. I am so diligent with taking my vitamins. The vitamins that I take are the Ritual Essential for Women multivitamin 18+. This is what they look like. And this part of the video is actually sponsored by Ritual. I am someone who takes vitamins every single day, and I have done for years. I just notice a difference when I don't take them, and I don't like it. So I always try to prioritize taking them. So like I said, I take the Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin every day. It is a clinically backed, clean, high quality multivitamin for women aged 18 to 49 to help fill key nutrient gaps in the diet. Ritual is made traceable, which means they share where their key ingredients come from and why they're there, so you know exactly what you're putting in your body. Not all ingredients are created equal, so that's something that's really important for me to know and what I look for. They are also third-party tested, vegan-friendly, GMO certified, gluten-free, and formulated without any major allergens. So I just take 2 capsules daily, and they are essenced with mint. It does smell amazing. They have patented capsule technology, which combines oily and dry ingredients in one capsule, which is great because if you're like me and you don't really like taking multiple capsules and tablets every day, you just have to take 2. You can take your vitamin D with your folate at the exact same time. You don't have to take these with food. You can take them on an empty stomach. They are delayed release capsules, so they are more gentle on your stomach, so you can take them with or without food. I've just filled up my Stanley cup with water. I do this every morning, and I try to drink as much of this as well before I have food or breakfast for the day. So I'm sort of just in the habit of now filling up my Stanley cup and taking my capsules before I have my breakfast. And they're also subscription based, so you never run out. But if you're interested in checking out Ritual for yourself, you can use the QR code on screen. Check the link in my description out. Thank you so much again for Ritual for partnering with me on this part of the video. We all know that I don't really wear makeup in most of my videos and content because I'm usually filming in the evenings, me reading in bed. But when I'm filming like TikToks and stuff, or I have to leave the house, this is what I'll do. So I use the Jacka Black brow gel. It honestly just works so well. It's like the stickiest stuff ever. I saw it on a TikTok like over a year ago, went viral, and I bought it. That's what I use. As you can see, it really just sticks everything. Like, unless my brows are laminated or I do something to them, the hairs are really stubborn. They won't move or budge, but this stuff, it will move straight away. You'll also see that I have quite sensitive skin. Like, if I rub my skin for a second, it will go bright red. I use this pore primer from Dr. Jart just to smooth where my pores are. And my makeup, when I do it, takes me like 7 minutes. Unless I like want to put in more effort. I just don't really have the time, nor do I really care too much. Like, I like to keep things simple. Fenty Beauty Ease Drops is my current favorite tinted moisturizer. I've got a lot of freckles and I like to be able to see them still. So this is in shade 2, just this blurring skin tint. Honestly, I should probably be shade 1 now that we're in winter. I'm a very pale person, and I quit fake tanning months ago. I use a brush and not like a beauty blender or something because I honestly can't be bothered buying new sponges. It's just easier for me to wash my brushes once a week. But as you can see, I literally just put the tiniest amount on just to even out skin. And then I'll do my coverage with concealer. So the Laura Mercier concealer is my favorite concealer ever. This is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. I have used this for like 2 years. This is in the shade 1N, and this is more of a warmer, like it matches my skin tone more than brightens it. So I'll just go in with it. Oh, it's so good in the areas where I have more redness that the skin tint doesn't cover. And then on my eyelids as well, just to even them out. And then I'll take a little brush. I have these brushes from when I was a makeup artist. I feel like I've lived so many lives. Like, yes, I was a makeup artist, believe it or not, for like 2 years. I used to work in a salon and I used to do people's makeup for their weddings and things like that. You would not be able to tell that by just looking at me nowadays. And I just pat it in. Already looking better. My favorite powder is the Givenchy Prism Libre Loose Powder. But I think that they've changed the formula of this. I saw a TikTok of someone being like, it's now shimmery, and they don't like it. So I don't know. I will just take a little powder puff and then just go in the areas that I want like blurred, under my eyes and my nose. Basically where I just put the concealer. And then I'll just take a brush and brush it all out. I made my own Pixie palette. It's just like a magnetic palette, but I chose my highlighter, my blush, and my bronzer to put in. Don't sleep on Pixie powders, guys. They're so good. So I'll take this contour brush and just take my Pixie bronzing powder bronze up a little bit. I need the cooler tone bronzer because I'm so pale. I don't want to look orange. And this is perfect, but their powders go on like butter. Like, they're so good. I'll literally just chuck it on. It will be like a 50-50 if I want to put highlighter on, but I'll just go in with this highlighter and I'll just lightly put some on. And then I'll go in with the blush here. This is like a shimmery blush, so I do it just to sort of melt together the highlight I just put on and my bronzer. My favorite matte blush is the Kylie Cosmetics Winter Kissed blush. It's like a really cool toned pink, and I'll just add that to the apples of my cheeks and then just like a tiny bit under my eyes. I don't know why, but I like how that looks. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'll just run across my nose and on my forehead. For mascara, I use the Rimmel Thrill Seeker and the Clinique High Impact mascara. I do want to get a brown mascara, but I've not found one that I love, so I'll just use one of these. I'm gonna use this one today. I will also usually put setting spray on my face at this point before I put on mascara if I'm like leaving the house and have a lot of things to do, but today I don't, so I don't really care too much about putting that on. But just gonna coat my lashes so you can see them. I just like to have a really efficient, simple morning routine because if I try to do too much, I don't have time for it, you know. I sort of prep everything out the night before as much as I can so I can have more time to sleep. I value my sleep more than anything else. And to be honest, I usually do my makeup standing up, just looking at my mirror. But I thought I'd sit down for you guys today and take you through it. So you're welcome. My everyday lip is always the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip cheat liner. It's just a nice pinky color. I don't really overline my lips. And then I love like a tinted lip balm more than anything, so I think I've got one in my bag. Yeah, so this is a peptide lip treatment, pomegranate fizz. These are my favorite ones right now. They smell so good. The creme brulee is my favorite. And that just adds a bit of color back in. And I have some time to kill now before I have to start work for the day. So why don't we go and have a little bit of a Q&A? Because I asked you guys on my Instagram a couple weeks ago now if you had any questions. I feel like I've had so many new faces join my channel lately, so if you have recently found my channel and subscribed, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here, but I have had a lot of questions, so I thought let's do a little Q&A. Let's run through some questions. So I think we're gonna go sit in the front of the Christmas tree for that with a nice cozy hot drink, finish my coffee and get to know each other a little bit. Okay, so I literally start speaking and Cooper's like, I'm going to come sit on your lap. I asked you guys to send me some questions. I think the number one question that I get on all my videos ever, all the time, always, is talking about Australia, talking about Scotland, asking about the UK, asking about my accent, asking about where it's from. So let's just start off with the basics. So my name is Emmy, obviously. I'm 26. I am a Virgo. My birthday is September 19th. Double Virgo, sun and moon with a Leo rising, for those who care. I have ADHD, I have autism, and I have OCD. So it's just like a really fun, great time up in here. We love neurodivergent girlies. I have a weirdly mixed accent because I am both British and Australian. I have dual nationality of both. I have lived in the UK longer than any of my siblings. They all have 100% Australian citizenship, born and raised in Australia. I was born in Scotland when my parents were working abroad. I was lucky enough because of that to have dual nationality, dual citizenship. I've traveled and lived all over the world, but my entire family lives in Australia. Everyone was born and raised in Australia except for me. Parents are Australian, but everyone else in my family sounds way more Aussie than me. My family moved back over here a few years ago and have been living here, which is great because they're near me now. But when I went to university in Edinburgh, I lived here by myself. They didn't live here. So I went through university by myself living in Edinburgh. So that is why my accent is mixed. I basically lived in a different country every 6 months until I was 12, but always back and forth to Australia. So a lot of the questions I get are, would you travel back to Australia? What do you miss about living in Australia? Questions about me and Oz. I do love Australia, but it's such a long plane ride. It's like 27 hours of traveling for me to get there. And because of the time zone and everything, I feel like I need to be there for at least 4 weeks to get like the most out of it, because it also is very expensive. I don't like the heat unless I'm away on holiday for a week in the sun. I don't like hot weather. I'm a cold weather girly. I like this time of year. Like, I'm a fall and winter girl. Yeah, no, I was made for the UK. Like, I don't ever have plans of leaving. And I lived in Perth, Western Australia, that's where I'm from, so it's more remote compared to like Sydney and Melbourne and stuff where everything is happening. I think people forget how big Australia is. Like, Australia is huge and it's very spread out, very remote. So I had a few people ask me if I am married. I am not. I feel like book girlies are either like single or married. I have been with my boyfriend Cameron for 6 years, pretty much. Our anniversary is New Year's. I've also had a lot of people ask me if I have a full-time job and what I do. This is a little bit complicated. I don't have like the same type of job as probably like a normal person has because I own a company. So I own a influencer marketing management company. I'm the director of the company, so I own it and I manage a small team. My sister works for me. She makes YouTube videos. This is her channel here. You should go subscribe. But she's our head of talent. So what I do on a day-to-day is we manage a handful of full-time content creators, and the agency was started up because before I had this YouTube channel, I had a different one and I was like a full-time creator on that channel while I was going through university, and I quit it in 2020. Like in 2020, I graduated university and I went and did my master's in PR and marketing, and I wanted to work behind the scenes and behind the camera rather than in front of it. So I've been managing talent for a few years now. I can't quit that job like our normal person could quit their 9 to 5 because I own the company. I have significantly decreased my workload in terms of the day-to-day work that I would do for my company and my business, but I still work both full-time because technically, yes, I am now a full-time creator. I upload 2 videos a week on here. I run a TikTok account where I try to like at least 1 video a day. I have 2 Instagrams to juggle. It's a lot when you're working full-time. When I first started making book content and getting into it, it was a hobby. So I would work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and then I'd finish work at 5 and work until midnight every day, every night, filming. Every weekend was filming and making vlogs and stuff. But I do think the two go hand in hand. So I'm very lucky that I have such a flexible schedule. I don't have a boss. I am the boss. But I also have an entire group of people relying on me for full-time income and salaries and work. So it's not something that I can quit. It's also something I'm very passionate about. I love my job and I love what I do. There are a lot of content creators who also run companies and businesses and brands. I kind of do it the same. I still work full-time. Like, I can't just wake up and just read books for 8 hours a day. I don't think I would ever be able to do that because I have a business to run. But with the flexibility, I am able to, you know, take work trips to London and go to more book-related events. I've spent many years working on it. I love the team I work with, the creators I manage, and I like to think that I'm very good at my job. That is what I do. What's your advice to someone who wants to become a book content creator? Just start creating. As a talent manager, the worst thing that people can do is just continuously plan to make content and then never do it. All you gotta do is post and stay consistent. And now everyone consistently overuses those 2 phrases, but it is true. If you show up every week and you're posting a video that you enjoyed making and it's something you're passionate about, it will show in your content. People will naturally get better over time as you go. You're always learning new things. I am always learning new things. I think if you just want to do something, just do it, because a lot of people are scared about what other people will think. A lot of people are worried that, you know, people in your day-to-day life will see it and what they will think. And I just think everything is uncool until it's not. How are you going to go from 0 subscribers to 1,000? By posting, you know, like, it will naturally become easier. You'll care less what other people think, and also you will grow the more you do it. So I think as humans, we get way too much in our own minds and we care too much what other people think of us. But I honestly think what other people think of you is none of your business. I don't care what other people think about me. I know it's so much easier said than done, but I do not care. I will post the cringiest, most embarrassing, you know, videos on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm sure there are people there being like, why did she post that? That is cringe. And then I wake up the next day and it's got 250,000 views and I'm like, suck on that. Perspective. Did you read at all before the start of this year? I read when I would go on a holiday, and I would always have a New Year's resolution of like, I want to read more. But I would buy a book or 2, I'd buy a couple on Amazon, and then it would take me maybe like 3 to 4 months to pick it up, and then I would maybe read it over like 2 months or half start it and put it down. And I just really hadn't found my thing. My favorite author last year was Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I read 5 of her books, and that was about it. That's all I read. I think my ADHD and autism, I have a lot of like hyperfixations where I'll find one thing I like and then just binge. I thought maybe reading would be a hobby that I pick up and then just
put down again in a couple of months. So I'm really surprised that we're here today making book content and still reading books. How did you get started on Book Talk? I just wanted to talk about books. I'd finished ACTA and I finished Crescent City. And I think I made my book account when I was like starting Throne of Glass, and I had a normal personal TikTok and I put like one video on there about books, and it did like better than my normal content. And I thought, you know what, I don't really want to spam my account with like book stuff because I don't have anything book related on here. Let me just make a separate book account, and then that way I can post 3 videos a day just talking about the books I'm reading as I'm reading them, because we all know I read a lot of books in a short period of time. It was like every 3rd video I posted would go viral, and I was like, what is happening? Like, what is this? And my book account grew very, very quickly. So I started it in March, mid-March, and it's now December, and I have just under 70,000 followers on there. Book Talk was something I just fell into, and I honestly don't know why anyone watches my videos. I don't know why anyone follows me on there. I love to make the content on there. It's so casual and just quick and easy, and I just love having a space where I can go and talk about my thoughts with books and like straight away. I love that a cloud has just come out and it's raining now. So sorry about that lighting. Favorite booktubers? Ooh, I binge booktubers. I sort of go through one channel at a time and will watch like everything on their channel before moving on to like the next. So who have I binge watched? Obviously besties Sarah and Rachel. Love their vlogs. Raven-haired Reader, love Rachel's videos for fantasy romance girlies. She is amazing. She reads the same type of books that I do, and I've gotten so many of my recommendations from her. Tiffany Leanne, I love her videos. Her editing is so fun. I've recently just binged Freya's videos, and I'm currently binging Katie's videos and like everything on her channel. And I also watch everything that Ali and Alexa Ray post. There are just so many creators, but I still want to find more. So if you have any of your favorite creators who make book specific content that isn't that, let me know. Non-bookish stuff or like girlies who are book adjacent. Sophie Jane and Georgia, so bestie Rachel's actual besties. I watch like the whole little group. And then honestly, I love watching Alicia Marie and Remy's vlogs, especially at Vlogmas. Love that. And also Tara Michelle. I think that this Q&A portion has been probably longer than the entire video itself, so I think with this cloud it's just getting darker. I need to stop this Q&A. I also need to start work. That's what I need to do. So I think we're gonna end the video here. If you've made it all this way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in 2 days time for the next Bookmas video. All right, bye.